MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
You know, every time I watch that little roll in, I think, who is that? We need to update that.
The many looks of Candace.
Oh, there we go. Today
My
is.
hair was long. You know.
What day is today? Tuesday? Is that right?
It is.
Okay.
It's Tuesday.
Trying to get all prepared for what's ahead of us. Just as a side note, we want to start this off and let you know what weather is doing today, just so that everybody's up on everything here. And let's cut to radar just to show you what our weather is going to do today. A level 2. Now, the National Weather Service looks a little bit different than this. Kemper County is involved in this if you're just watching, tuning in for the first time this morning. Most of Newton County under a 2 level and northwestern Kemper County under a 2 there. As we turn on locations to let you know where you live in relation to all of this, we'll cut from Bentonville, Mississippi through Scuba Tech, right across here where the coal plant is, and right across Newton County at Decatur and back out over here where Lawrence is. All of this is level 2, where worse, let me think of the best word, where it could be more threatening in this area, to where the Meridian area is a level 1 today. And as we back out, what is the weather doing? Let's turn this off where you can kind of see what is out there. Now, we've had some severe weather up here north of Memphis this morning. A couple of tornado warnings due north of Jackson, Tennessee. But all calm now, just heavy, heavy rain. Look at that across there. Be glad you're not in that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of how the weather is laid out for today.
So we're going to get severe as the week goes on?
We're going to it's going to go down. We're going to have some just chances of rain through Friday. And then the weekend will start turning cooler again. We're going to be like near 78 today and a couple of more days in those high 70s. And then finally back to the 50s and at night over the weekend.
That's why everybody stays sick all the time. You know.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Goodness.
So what did your day involve yesterday?
Not much. I mean, I really didn't do a whole lot.
You were calm, cool, and collective?
Yeah. Yeah. We're still working on the projects at home, so nobody wants to hear about it. Every day, like they hear about that.
Well, that's one of those things.
But
Once you get struck by lightning, you got to start all over and try to get your stuff together again.
But it's all coming together, and it looks good, so I'm just... you have to do it in your spare time, so it takes a little longer, so... Anyway.
Well, and one day we're going to move to our new studio as we do in our part-time trying to be electricians. All of that's coming. I want to remind you also that sometimes, and I brought this up this morning, sometimes you get in trouble when you're on Facebook and get locked in jail. And you can't do things like you used to. If that were to happen, you can visit our website. Everything is there. You can visit us at Sam Media Network. And it's all there. Arrest reports, like you click here if you want to find out what's happening in Lauderdale County, the city, or Neshoba County, or the Philadelphia city limits. We've got all the crimes there and everybody that's been arrested, so it's good reading material.
Yeah.
Get in touch with your old classmates that might be spending a few weeks in jail there.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody that I know in mugshots lately, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's even worse when you go, hey, that's my cousin. What they doing there? They ain't going to make it to the Christmas party this year.
As long as you don't see me on there, I think it's good. Yeah.
Sad news is we go to Clark County this morning for a murder arrest. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe you hadn't. And, of course, mugshots are never great, especially in situations like this. We go to Clark County Hot Topics this morning as they give us the full report of what happened here. This lady, she's 49 years young, has been accused of shooting her husband. Deputies arrived on Highway 63 just across the river bridge at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. They'd been in an argument. He gets shot. He's rushed to the hospital. She was arrested on other charges, and they have now been upgraded to murder since he died. I don't know the details of what they were. Assume it's an argument that happened there. But again, 2 a.m. in the morning, it couldn't have been good. So, and I know a lot of people know her from the equipment area there. And again, condolences to the family. It's tough on everybody. Now, if you've got a little time to kill today, you got a little bit, can we waste a little bit of your gas?
I don't know how much time I got to kill today, but go ahead.
There is a $2,000 reward out for some puppy dogs. Yeah, you heard $2,000. Let's take a look at this.
I might have some time today.
See? Meridian. Do you know these critters? They were last seen somewhere around the four-way stop.
So that's like a little German Shepherd.
Yeah, and then I think this is his brother right there.
Okay.
They were rescue pups, and somehow or another they got loose. and the owner would like to have it back. That's the cell phone number to call there. It's on the website if you want to visit more about that.
Okay.
But $2,000 reward for that.
Hopefully they get returned safely.
Yes. That's a few of the things that's happening. That's a pretty big deal. Now, Cefco, we brought this up early Sunday morning. They were robbed in the wee hours of the morning, about 2 a.m. It's a place to go in. And all they got was $43 after robbing the place. No business is going to keep much money overnight.
Yeah.
Why people want to go in and rob and think they're going to get a lot, it makes no sense to me. They parked behind Cefco near the garbage cans, worked their way around. And again, as I pointed this out this morning during the 6:30 broadcast, you can't tell much about this because cameras, it's worth its weight in gold to buy good cameras. Yeah. But this is the gentleman that robbed it wearing a jumpsuit. As you go down, you really can't see much about him. I don't know what the little white thing is there on his outfit there. I almost look like,
either.
Or is that just the color of the outfit? I thought it was trash bags at first.
It's like something you'd hook around your, like, do
a fanny pack.
Something. Yeah, little pockets.
But, even when you get to the face, you can't see. You can tell more about the car. This is supposedly maybe a gray-colored Toyota. And again, if you're confused as to where it is, that's where it is. This is the Cefco on 22nd Avenue, referred to as Roebuck Drive as well. But police needing your help. If you have any information leading to that, they'd love to hear from you. Now, also, yesterday morning, there was a break-in straight across the street at R&R Tires. Police were called around 6:30 there, and once they got there, they realized that the door was shut back after they broke in. They closed the door. At least they were nice burglars.
It's the door behind you.
It's an undetermined amount of cash that they got once they broke in here. Now, the suspect was a black male wearing blue jeans, a camouflage jacket, mostly white shoes with a blue backpack, headed toward the fairgrounds. So if you were in that area yesterday morning for any reason and happened to see something, they'd sure like to hear from you.
The old fairgrounds.
Yeah, the old fairgrounds. Yeah, I always, in my head, I'm still 10 and waiting to go to the fair. But whoops.
I wish they'd reopen that area.
It'd be perfect. There was rumor years ago that maybe one of the Walmarts were going to go there, and it never materialized.
I think it would be really neat if they would reopen the drive-in theater.
Now, that has since the pandemic.
Well, yeah, a lot of places have drive-in theaters now, and I think it's a neat thing.
So, I have to ask, did you ever go to a drive-in?
I did when I was, like, really little, and I just faintly remember it. But I just think it would be a neat thing, to go.
They were all done when I come along as a teenager, so I have never been to a drive-in.
It's neat. I mean, it was really neat. Because you have the little thing where you can hear it. You roll down the windows, you can hear it.
You got to sit close to your date. And then the 50 people in the trunk want to sneak out.
Yeah.
Last night also, we report, no one was hurt on this, but someone returned home last night and realized that somebody had come by and shot their house. Yeah, that's not good.
That's something great to come home to.
The 2800 block of 43rd Avenue is where that all went. Again, no one was hurt, but still, do you want your home shot? Absolutely not.
Right.
As we watched these crime sprees, as we reported of the apartment complex that got bullets in it the other day.
I mean, it's scary because, you could just be sitting there watching TV and a bullet come through.
Yeah.
People just randomly driving by shooting, or even shooting up in the air. I mean, like you said the other day, it's got to come down.
Yeah.
What goes up comes down. It hits somebody.
And that's why they have these laws in the cities. In the county, there's not a law against firing. In cities, there are, because what comes up, as you said, comes down, hurts someone.
Well, there was a security guard not long ago that got in trouble for doing that.
Yeah. The guy was running. He shot up in the air to stop him. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but the security guard probably got in more trouble than the guy that had stolen the stuff. Yeah. Makes you scratch your head at some of our laws. It does.
Yeah, I scratch my head every day at some of the stuff that I hear.
And it's not dandruff either, folks. It's just the real deal. She scratched her head.
I'm totally convinced this world is just going insane.
It's the further you go with this, and it's harder to be a Christian. We all know that. The world is against that. They want to do away with that. Well, I'm still standing my ground, and I hope you do too for what you believe in.
I don't think there's enough of that going around.
No, it's not.
People get even on stuff that because a lot of times your job can depend on what you say.
That's correct.
You do, and a lot of people will back down from what they believe, even if it's Christian views or what. They will, because they're scared they're going to lose their job. Of course,
And they bend to the new rules. That's
Right.
that's true. Let's see. Last night at the CVS there on Highway 19 there at College Park area, there was a wreck there that blocked traffic for a little while. No one was seriously hurt, but it did hinder getting around it there for a little while. As we go up here, we had, let's see here, another wreck. Let's see here. A couple of wrecks near Meridian High School yesterday that took out a power pole. Woo!
Yes.
And then also, and there's nothing worse than you're hungry. And you go through the drive-thru and you get your little chicken there and you got your Popeyes sitting there and then you pull out and you get hit. And then you don't get to eat your Popeyes chicken.
Yeah.
You just really lose your appetite.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But that location is just where it is in North Hills, right there on that little hill.
It is very hard. It's very hard to get in and out of there, even when it was another business.
The chicken basket.
Chicken basket. Mm-hmm.
It's best if you come out of there to take a right.
Right.
And then cut through where Citizens is through there. It's just
It is,
safer.
even though they probably hate when people do that. But, I have to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared I'm going to get plastered coming out of there. But anyway.
We got a lot of folks watching this morning. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Terry Shelton, how are you doing today? Scott is up. He said the last time he went to a drive-in, Smokey and the Bandit, that would have been 1977. I was standing in front of, at the Royal, in front of the Temple Theater to see that at 8 years old.
Okay.
I even went down to the Music Emporium, saved my grass-cut money, and bought the album with Jerry Reed, the soundtrack to Smokey and the Bandit. Did you do that, or was it just me?
No, I think it was probably just. I did watch the movie, though, and I still love the movie to this day. I like to watch it.
We're going to nickname you Frog. Coming up, we've got a special guest that's going to be joining us to tell us about what, banking is pretty serious.
It is.
And you want to keep your dollars local. Don't bank with people that don't know you. And we're going to tell you the advantages of dealing with somebody that's local. And when you want to talk to somebody, you pick up the phone and they're there. They don't avoid you. They don't run from you. Yeah, we'll talk to Neil Henry. He's coming with us next, so stay close on that. Another thing that we want to bring up, you've heard us talk about our friends at Godwin Cleaning Services. They're local, and they work hard every day to make sure that, your business or your home looks the tip-top shape. This is Subway there on North Hill Street after they cleaned it. Look at the difference there. And as you dig up here, look at that. Clean. Metal roofs, they look new again.
Some things that you might think you need to replace, you don't. You just need to clean them. They look brand new.
That's right. Now, they can't do that with your wife. I just want to point that out. It's all buildings. As we look at sidewalks, look at this before and after, and the front porch of your home. It can really change. If you got your next big Easter event coming, go ahead and get it cleaned up before then.
And they also do windows.
Yeah. Put that on there. Here's the roof difference. That house was actually cream colored at one point.
I would have never thought the roof was brown or tan or whatever.
Slate roofs, shingle roofs. Look at this. It looks good. They can do that for years. As you go down through here, as you go over to Newton, they clean that up. And also your chimneys, that can just kind of blend in and you don't notice it after a while. Talk to our friends. They'll show you the difference it makes of being on a schedule. Godwin Cleaning Services, call them at 601-253-8262. That's the number to call.
On June 30th, 2021, the FDA alerted the public that Philips recalled certain CPAP devices due to concerns regarding its polyester-based polyurethane sound abatement foam. This is a Class 1 recall, the most serious type of recall. Use of these devices may cause serious injuries or death. If you're diagnosed with long-term, permanent, and life-threatening health complications, your illness may be linked to your use of a Philips breathing device, and you may be entitled to compensation. Call Richard Swartz & Associates for a case evaluation today.
All right, Terry Shelton is swearing that the last drive-in movie was a James Bond movie here in Meridian. Anybody else go to it?
His last drive-in.
His last one,
Yeah.
okay. Bring what the last one that actually was played at the theater.
I don't know, and I can't even remember the one that I went to see. I mean, I was probably so young, but I do remember going.
Neil, did you ever go to a drive-in? Man, you got to be close to the same age or somewhere about it.
I don't recall, Scotty Ray. I think one of the last ones they did play here was Star Wars, though.
Okay.
So were you a big Star Wars fan?
I like it. I'm not a Star Wars fanatic.
You wouldn't dress up, is what you're telling us.
No, I wouldn't do that. But I do.
I'm not. People do that though. I mean, they go to these big. I'd call it like a convention type thing, and dress up like all the characters and stuff.
I've seen it. We had a basketball tournament in Atlanta. And they had a convention, and they were all dressed up in so many things. So it was entertaining.
Yeah.
But back, I used to see that down at the mall a lot. People would gather out front in their little outfits and wait for the grand opening at midnight for something.
Yeah.
I like things, but I ain't dressing up like Burt Reynolds if they do another one. I'm just telling y'all.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not a big dresser. Even at Halloween and stuff, when we get, at work, they go, "Y'all want to dress up this year?" I'm like, "Not me. I really don't."
If you force me, I will.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, Neil, as we learn about things that are going on, and it is so, what I just said a minute ago, of dealing with people that are local. And that's what y'all do at Citizens. And, yesterday y'all celebrated President's Day and everything is back open today. What is the advantages of being able to deal with you instead of somebody else?
Well, we always, reference the power of local at the bank, and it is that we are a big part of our communities. We love our communities. We are always, you could see us in the schools sponsoring teams. We love our nonprofit affiliates that we are very active and involved in. But it is just that. It is being able to, like you say, Scotty Ray, just pick up the phone, call us, and we're there to help and serve. And that's a big piece of it. It's not just helping; it's the service part of it that we really take pride of. And if you go into any of our branches, you're going to get the same treatment.
Right.
You're going to get a greeting. You're going to get a smile. You're going to get a handshake. You're going to get a lot of the things that we value, and some of our competition may not value it like it used to be valued, and it still is. So we try to separate ourselves. One friend of mine said we're the Chick-fil-A of banks, and I took that as a huge compliment.
Well, and you think back of where we are now. I've bought houses before, but I'd never built a home. And boy, you sure walked me through all of those steps of getting this done.
Oh, you made it so easy, Scotty Ray. But it is that is one of your most risky loans because you have to make sure everything is moving properly. Because there are so many different pieces to a construction loan, and love your place out here. It's so pretty out here.
Well, thank you. And and we speak of this, and I want to show this to the girls that work for y'all. Let's throw this up on the screen. They're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. Lexit Clark, and do you pronounce that Libethany?
Lebethany.
Lebethany.
Yes. Both of them are outstanding. One works in our ops department. Lebethany is a CSR at our Bonita branch.
Right.
And just actually celebrated a high performance award that she received for the fourth quarter. So it was really fun seeing our new employees come in and just make a huge impact.
Now, y'all done a lot here with the youth here recently with the Leadership Council there of Lauderdale County. I'm seeing the pictures here where y'all went down and y'all are part of this here at Dumont Plaza.
We did. We host Leadership Lauderdale both on the youth side and the adult side once a year. And this was Leadership Lauderdale Youth on Wednesday. They came in and packed our auditorium on the 5th floor, had a great day. It's fun seeing a lot of those youth because they're a lot of my kids' ages. So I know them a little bit, but I tell them I know their parents way more. So, but it's really good to see all those kids come in, and we'll have the adults in a few months at our bank as well.
As we looked at somebody who just celebrated their first year, I wanted to pull this up. And y'all have just got the power of this. She's been there, 17 years?
Yeah, Brooke, she's just a outstanding bank manager over in Madison. I got to see her Thursday. We had Bank Manager Day. We have that once a month where everybody comes in, and we just get on the same page on some things, but she's outstanding.
So if you're watching this going, all right, I would really like to build a house, but I don't know the first step. And there's so many people that don't know the questions. How do they go about talking to somebody at the bank to find out what move they need to do?
Well, first, we're open. We're open to answering any and all questions. So sometimes it's just coming in and sitting down with a banker and just guiding you. So that's the first thing we want to make sure we offer. But it's real important. We talk about keeping our house together, okay? And what I mean is not your physical house. I mean your stuff, your tax returns, your pay stubs, your bank statements, all these little things that allow us to just take things and make it move through the process a lot smoother, because there is an underwriting process that we all have to go through,
right?
That takes place. But if you have your house in order, it just really makes things a lot smoother for that transition, because it is a stressful time when you're trying to build a house and trying to get everything done, but we try to take the stress out of it.
Because it can end up like that Tammy Wynette, DIV. That's the biggest fights that you will ever have is over house. And the best suggestion I can give anybody on a house is just don't have anything to do with it. Let your wife design it.
That is great advice. The other advice I would add to that, just choose a really good builder.
Right.
Because a builder can really take a lot of that stress out of yours and your wife's, take it out of their hands. And, when it comes to hardware and lighting and flooring, and I would just rather lean toward either a pitcher or, hey, builder, what should we put in here?
And a lot of times y'all have worked with these builders before and can give advice on it. Yeah, this
That's
guy
right.
will really lead you in the right path because you've been there many times.
That's
with these
right.
people.
I have built a couple houses myself, and thankfully we have some really good builders here in Meridian, Lauderdale County, so they can definitely guide you.
I was going to say, I know a lot of people, including us, we would love to build a house right now, but the building materials are so high right now. What are y'all seeing is the difference in now and back, say, a year or two ago, or before building materials went up so high, the differences in dealing with people trying to build homes? Because I know that I've heard that some contractors won't even give a set price on certain things because materials,
Yeah, that is definitely a challenge, Candace. Just seeing what all that's going on with the materials, just framing a house. It's just
Right.
the lumber is very high, and don't know if it's coming down anytime soon. But that's where you need a good builder to kind of help you stay on budget, because banks like to see you stay on budget.
Right.
Because nobody likes to have a $25,000 overrun bill after everything's over. So it's real important to kind of lay all that out as best you can on the front side. And then on the back side, it's not that there's risk in the values, because what may sell for that size home, it may be different than what it costs to build that home. So we have seen some discrepancies with the values. Not that it's our fault or anybody's fault. It's just what the time has happened in these last couple of years.
But I guess the good thing is the interest rates are still down right now.
Still good right now, and they are rising, and that is not a secret. We're not here to predict the future on rates, but the Fed has made it known that rates are going to go up, which means our mortgage rates are climbing, our interest rates are climbing on the loan side as well. So it's something that you definitely need to keep in mind to try to keep that payment as low as you can.
Right.
Start doing something is what you're saying.
That's right.
Let me ask this, because vehicles have changed. If you're thinking that, used to, you could get a used car for $7,500 or so. Not so much these days. What if you decide I got to have a car and you want to go looking? What's the best way to do this? Come see y'all first and get pre-approved? How does that?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy process. That's just a simple, term loan that we can just evaluate. Just take the information you provide, and we can get you a pre-approval, allow you to go window shopping at the dealerships and kicking some tires. And, we got some great dealerships here in Meridian and across our state. So it just allows you to know kind of, hey, this is what my payment will be. This is what I kind of want to target. So it does allow you to, kind of be prepared a little bit on the front end.
Because the car industry is definitely one of those industries that has changed.
And right now, it's just hard to find cars. I mean, it's just you go to a lot, and it's just you pretty much have to get your name on a list.
It almost reminds you of, what was it, World War II, when you had one choice of color. It was black. And whatever they got is your choice. You don't get to pick and choose anymore.
That's right. It is.
One day it's going to change. We had someone make and this just says a lot right there. Richard Sims says he retired from y'all after 39 years.
He is known as a legend downtown at Citizens National Bank. He kept us going a lot of times when different things happening with the computers. But Richard is a good friend and was a great employee of the bank.
Well, there you go. Now let's talk about locations. Just how easy is it to find y'all?
Well, in Meridian, it's very easy. We're on about every turn that you look at. So 7 branches in Meridian. We do have a few express branches to allow you to get in and get out, taking care of your business a lot quicker. But we do have a lot of branches here in town, and we're blessed with some great bank managers that get out and go see our customers, but also they manage their day-to-day. So you go from Bonita, you go to downtown, You go to what we call North, which is over off North Hill Street by Hardee's, busiest branch in the state. And then obviously we have West. And then, like I said, we have 3 other express branches along the way.
Wow. Now, the big question is, let's get down to business about this. Do y'all still give the dum-dums? That's the big question.
Look,
So we do give suckers. They're not the dum-dums anymore. They're a different kind of sucker, but we do still give the dum-dums. And if you drive through with a dog or a pet, we have
treats.
We have treats in the drive-through as well.
and some people that might not be important to, but I'm gonna tell you, I have a 7-year-old, and since he was little and I would come through the drive-thru, Miss Shirley over there at the Broadmoor branch, she is the best. I'm going to tell you.
Absolutely.
I mean, from the get-go, she would call you by name when you'd come through.
Yes.
And I would think, that is just like, I mean, that's the best thing when they call you by name. It just makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel more important.
And that's part of what we try to do. We try to separate ourselves, and Shirley is an absolute angel.
She's never missed one time. She's always asked, "Where's the little man at?" And
That's
to
right.
give him a sucker. I mean, just so sweet.
So I do go around and visit some of the branches from time to time, and I've come to find out, of course, I need to exercise more, but I try to stay out of that branch on Wednesdays because they have Wellness Wednesday, and they will make you sweat. So I get out of I try to go on any day but Wednesday to Broadmoor.
We got some more questions for Neil coming up, and also he's very involved in athletics and helping youth in the area. And we got some questions about that. I wanted to bring this up, and this is such a sad case as we wake up this morning.
Tragic.
Last night, Miss Alabama has passed away. Let me show y'all a picture of a beautiful young lady, 27 years old.
Yes.
Her family released it on social media last night that
So
she'd passed
sad.
away.
Man.
We don't know everything, but we do know that it's a head injury. Oh, it's
Sad.
heartbreaking. Now,
She was a beautiful, beautiful girl.
very conservative. Here's a picture. I'm seeing a picture of her with Don Jr. She was a very Christian girl. And, did she
Such a
slip in a
loss.
bathtub? What happened? We don't know. But we do pass along condolences to her family. That would. Here's another picture of her there. You just can't say enough in situations like that or explain what happened. We also, did you ever watch America's Got Talent? Did you watch that, Neil?
This is sad. I kind of kept up with this girl. She's very talented.
I watch it a little bit, passing and going.
And here's a picture of her. She has passed away
Oh my goodness!
at the age of
I
31.
think she had cancer. And she knew she was sick when she, was on the show, and she had such a good attitude,
Outlook.
Yeah, and an outlook on life, even though she had been sick. And I don't know, she just very talented though.
So
Such a big loss.
if I'm reading that, and if you watched it, she had to drop out of the show, but because her health went down. Oh,
But you know how Simon on even when he was on
Yeah.
American Idol was such a harsh, hard person. He cried. I mean, like when he heard her story and everything, because it is a touching story.
it is.
Go back and look her up. You can probably find videos of her talking, and I mean, she's had such a positive attitude,
Pulls at your heartstrings.
even though she was going through such hard times.
Well, that's
Prayers
one of
for
the.
her family, though, and anybody who knew her.
You hate to even bring up stories like that, but you don't have a choice. As we look at this, headed toward Washington, D.C. to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, looks like there's a convoy. Maybe we'll have them, the rubber duck leading this one, but it looks like it's coming to Washington, and this could maybe make a statement in the United States.
I don't know. I mean, I hope it does make a statement, a positive statement. I just feel like it's fixing to be a disaster. I don't know. You know how they did with all the...
I even read last night where in Canada they reapproved the emergency powers once again.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, that's... I think that... I don't think these people will be
they
harmful to anybody in any way. I think they'll probably just go and have a peaceful protest. I don't think it'll be anything bad on their
Right.
part, but I think somebody's going to blow it up to make it worse than it actually is.
always happens in the news that way. If y'all caught up with this, Kyle Rettenhouse, boy, he is all over the place, and he says that he's fixing to sue, and guess who's at the top of his list? Whoopi.
He started some kind of movement to where they're actually taking donations up too to fund it. I think that it's going to be where the media has to be held accountable for some of the stuff that they say and do against people that can ruin their lives. I mean, you know, they can ruin them by stuff they say.
They tried on that. He was cleared of all charges, and we'll watch that to see what happens with it in the news. And I brought this up early. This has been one of these things that's happened forever. Bullfighting in Mexico. You've seen the portraits. Mm-hmm. They're saying that may go away now. Animal activists have made some movements there, and it may be going away from Mexico. Now,
will they take the rodeo clowns out of the rodeo?
Well, that may happen. What's that other thing that you watch? Where they do where the bulls
running of the bulls?
Mm-hmm.
There is no way, because I can't run fast enough anymore. But have you ever seen those guys trying to climb the fence and a little too late?
Yeah, that's in Spain, I believe.
Spain?
Yeah.
That would hurt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be volunteering it there. No.
I have no urge ever to do that.
Me either.
So there you go. That's a few of the things that's happening this morning. We got more of it coming up, so don't rush off. And we're going to go back in history to go over a few things to test your knowledge if you remember that this happened on this date. Stay close. We've got that all coming up next. As the days get warmer, the grass starts growing. Drop in and visit with Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina, where they've got a complete line of the #1 lawnmower in America, Skag. Whether you're a homeowner or a lawn care service, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower just for you. Plus, they carry X-Mark tractors and any part that you may need for your existing tractor or lawnmower. Drop in and see Cole or Buttermilk today. Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, 601-626-8759. The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef, milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The back porch, Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back as we travel along this morning. Already 8:31. The morning is flying by. You're stuck with us for another 29 minutes. Your TV will not change. I just want to warn y'all.
Unless you change it. But try not to.
Let's see. This happened. He was our leader. He took charge of things. He was born on this date in 1732. George Washington was born.
Man.
The best family picture that I could find there. I have to say, the portrait that was made of Trump crossing the swamp, I'd like to have one of them. I don't have one, but pretty cool there. George Washington, and if you've never done much reading on him, look it up sometimes. George was a great guy. 1962, I think a lot of us became close to this guy. You raised your kids with him.
It was such a shock when he passed away. Oh. Goodness.
It was. Steve was born on this day. And, of course, his daughter, Brandy, now has a child. How did we get this old?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, he was entertaining for sure to watch. And had a passion for what he did.
I ain't sticking my head in no alligator.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I remember going to up to the Choctaw Indian Fair. Do y'all remember the guy that used to open it, stick his head down in it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, not me.
No, I'm not doing that.
It's a lot of folks that love working with wildlife that way. 1968, this would be a moment that would stand still in history. They would even make a movie about it, and it was probably one of the best love stories that ever hit anywhere. And we're talking Johnny Cash on this date finally asked June to marry him in front of the audience there in 1968. As we know, in the end, she said yes. She said no 200 times before that, but she finally gave in that night.
Yeah.
Johnny and June.
Yeah, I watched the movie Walk the Line. Isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Walk the Line.
Joaquin Phoenix, and he did play that part pretty good.
He did a really good job. Mm-hmm. And Reese Witherspoon.
That's right.
Boy, if June was anywhere near as hot as Reese was, but you go back on that, and Elvis was after June. He thought she was hot.
Really?
Maybe it was the time, the hair.
Maybe so.
June. Let's see here. Chris Christopherson one night woke up and he got an ink pen and he wrote down this thought and he put it from a woman's point of view. And it's kind of hard to think, okay, how do I think like a woman? But boy, did it work out. And he had a #1 song hit the nation in 1971. Sammy Smith recorded it, and it was #1 on this date, called Help Me Make It Through the Night. Take the ribbon from my hair. And you have to say, Chris, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
But he done a fantastic job of that. I don't know as much about this young lady. You probably know more about her than I do. Drew Barrymore was born on this date also.
I just remember the first time I ever saw her in a movie was E.T.
Is that what
She was
in?
Gertie.
Yeah.
Gertie on E.T., the little sister.
That's who that was?
Yeah.
What else did she grow up? Big movies, though. She's like a big actress, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, she has a talk show now and stuff. She went through like a really rough patch, I think, in her life, which a lot of them do. But, and her mother, I think, was kind of contributed to a lot of that, maybe. I don't know. But she seems like she's on a good path now, and I like to watch her. She's bubbly,
Yeah.
It's good to watch somebody that's got a positive attitude.
That's right.
I was 7 years old, and I'll never forget the first time I heard this because Ken Rainey played it. All of y'all know who Ken Rainey is, and I remember that AM radio. That's what we had back in the day. I was on the back seat, and I heard Ken announce this song, and it became a #1 song a little while later. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. That was good. That was back in the days of where Waylon and Willie were king. Still like that to this day. You can't help but like it. Also, it was 77. There's a lot of people that related to this album, and the song was released on this. We talked about this once or twice of what the meaning of it was.
Yeah, I've listened to it many, many times. I had the CD. I love the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
And, as you look into the definition of what they finally said it was about, it was about the music industry is what they were referring to
I thought it was about,
what the town was.
I thought it was about drug use or something. I kept trying to figure out what they were talking about. And
there was probably a little bit of that in the industry. I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess here.
I wouldn't think so.
The first time I heard this old boy, it was 1989. Oh, man, no, wait a minute. It was about 88. We got the CD in, and I was working the midnight shift. Working 2 jobs at the time, and it was somebody from Atlanta, Georgia. And after putting in, back then we had 45s, and you had to sit them on the record player, and you had to cue it and put it in audition to hear the beginning of the song to where it would blend with the next record when you played it. And this is who it was. Travis Tritt, 1990, the full CD was released on this date. You remember that? Country Club and a bunch of other songs on there.
I think I saw him. He was at the Temple, wasn't he?
Temple?
Years ago. I saw him at the Temple Theater.
He came to the Ag Center once or twice for the Jimmy Rogers Festival. Nice guy. 2016, we lost one of country's greatest. And if you'll remember the one song that probably sticks out, I don't care who you are, you've probably heard this called Young Love. Sonny James passed away on this date back in 16. That was a huge hit that crossed over all genres of music there. A little walk down memory lane today. Maybe you've got some history that you remembered from that. Maybe it made you smile, learned a thing or two there. Yeah. Good morning, Bill. Glad you're here. Waylon was more country music outlaw than most who say they are. I agree with that statement there. He was quite the man.
Yeah. I still love the classic country better than I do today's country. I mean, I like some songs, but I don't know. It's just not like it used to be.
No. I agree with that 100%. It's a little different there. We wanted to say congratulations. They had the drawing. If you had a chance to go to Clark County over the weekend for the reenactment that took place, maybe you got there. It was a lot of people that turned out for it, and they were doing a drawing, and we wanted to say congratulations to our winner.
Yes, it was a beautiful gun. We got to see it,
Sure did.
Yeah, up close. It was pretty.
Tiffany is the big winner there. She won the Kimber 2. Beautiful gun, etched, engraved. So congratulations to her. Helped out a great cause there as well. All the expenses go to putting these things together like that. As we've got more coming up, we're going to talk with Neil about some. You going to tell us a little bit about some games and things that you're involved in, Neil?
Yeah, sure will.
That's right around the corner. Let's talk about a place that's been wide open since 1932. That's the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They want you to drop in. They got so much to choose from there, from these candles that make your house or truck.
That's right, Circle E candles. And I want to say the ones on the bottom down here have like a piece of jewelry in them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Wow.
It's really neat.
My wife has gone and putting this stuff in my truck before. When you get that wet smell, anybody ever left their window down in their truck and you can't get rid of the smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll cure it right there. Along with blue jeans, if you're looking for any FR clothing, you got to be near anything that needs fire retardant clothing. They got a full selection of this lined up for you there. From, just regular pullover to shirts and jeans that work great for the working man. As we step across, not over yet, winter is still there. If you need a cap for that bald head, or maybe thinning hair, let me word it that way. Yeah. They've got it. Along with regular ball caps, and, if you need any type of overall, They've got plenty to choose from. And keeping your feet good. They've got plenty of boots to choose from. Ariat, Georgia boots, comfortable. And you can walk around in the mud and not get your feet wet. See them there. Of course, regular shovels and anything that you might need to work outside in that garden, they've got it for you, including for your pets and, iron skillets. And as we go through the gift shop and right down to where you'll find all the corn and sweet feed for your horse and cattle, guns and ammo, you'll find it all at one location. It is the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151. Drop in and visit them today.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you. Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street, where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster and dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace, our special guest, Neil Henry, Citizens National Bank. And you do so much in the community. I'm always seeing where you're hosting or helping with basketball. Did you play basketball in high school or something?
I did. I played basketball in high school, played football, played for Meridian High Wildcats.
Oh, boy. I didn't realize that.
It's been a little while.
When did you graduate? What year?
Graduated in 92. So
I did too. I thought we were around the same age, yeah.
Well, y'all got a lot in common there.
Yeah, it was some good times back then,
Yes.
right?
So what is it? What have you got going on right now? What's your next event in sporting that you're helping out with?
Well, I'm kind of migrating a little bit from what I've always been a part of with AAU basketball. Going to help some with that. That's with Rodney Hood, Ricky Hood. It's called the MEBO or Mississippi Express. I've coached with them for the last 8 years. Loved every minute of it. My son is transitioning from being a high school senior to soon be going to college next year. So we're really focusing on him, trying to figure out what's his next step and where he's going to be playing and all that good stuff. He's quite a bit taller than me, so it keeps him involved and keeps him playing a little bit. So that's kind of the personal side of things. And then, of course, we do about 8 years ago, I was on the soccer board, but that was back before my son really grew. And so he was playing a lot of soccer. And so I was involved in the soccer board, and we basically partnered with the soccer association and did we did a top soccer, which is soccer for athletes with special needs.
Right.
And so that was a big deal, and brought that to our community. And 4 years ago, we said, you know what? These athletes don't get to play basketball, so let's take the same concept and let's spin it toward basketball. And so we founded, actually Parker and Anna Kate, my daughter, we co-founded this program called Camp Hoops. And so it's just basically basketball for athletes in our community with special needs, that they get to come in and play basketball. And so it's really a fun concept. It's something that Parker was allowed to kind of help participate in with his Eagle Scout projects that he had going on. And so it just really was fun to do it as a family. And now we've done it for 4 years. And we are just blessed with friendships galore from this community. And, it's really fun not only seeing the athletes come out there and have a great time, but really fun seeing the community come out and support just a great program.
Now, how do you find out more about it? Have you got information somewhere that you can go to?
Yeah, I've got an event out on Facebook. So it's this year with COVID still kind of just looming around. We're doing a 1 week, just a one game type event. We'll make it a little longer than the normal games.
Right.
So we're going to do it March 4th on Friday night at Carver Middle School. And so we typically do a 3 week season. but we just want to make sure we just get it in this year and we have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do some celebration. One of our good athletes, that's a good friend of mine, it's his birthday that night. So we're going to have birthday cake. We're going to have a big deal. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
So that's coming up. What's the date again on that?
That's going to be a Friday night, March 4th.
Oh, that's not really. That is
not.
Today is February,
Right around the
20th?
corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. Sure is.
Yeah. The
So
time's flying.
what's really fun is the community support. You talked about Popeyes and the accident earlier. Popeyes have always been a great supporter. McDonald's, Little Caesars.
Right.
All of these restaurants that we go to on a weekly and daily basis, they support programs like this. And I think it's important to kind of let the community know what all they do outside of just servicing us.
I was looking at some of the pictures of your son and all the ball that he's played. And I have to ask, how tall is your boy?
I was just fixing to say, how tall
Yeah.
is he? Because you're tall.
I'm 6'6", and he makes me short. He's right at 6'10".
Let's look at this picture because I don't think anybody can really catch.
Yeah.
Look how tall.
Yeah, Coach Clark's probably 6
I
foot.
thought that was
so-
Coach Clark.
Yes,
He's still at West Lauderdale?
He is.
Uh-huh.
He is. This was his senior year. He was awarded that commemorative ball. He had 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in his career. So
Goodness.
it was a fun night for us, and he's had a great career. It was a little bit sad watching it be the one of the final games, but he, luckily we have some opportunities to keep playing at the next level.
Oh, that's
great.
good. So
That
college
is.
is the next step, isn't it?
That's right.
So is your wife a little nervous about him going off to college, not being at home?
No, we're
Let go?
we're basically we're at a point where he needs to grow.
Yeah.
So we
Here's your
love
lunch
him.
bag.
He was offered a scholarship at the University at Albany in
Wow.
New York, and that may be a little stretch on going that far off. So he's going to probably stay a little bit closer to home. We're still evaluating options. This portal, I don't know how much you know about it, but the portal has kind of bogged things up for the class of 22 and 23 kids. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to watching him grow up a little bit. And just for my sake, I'm looking forward to getting a raise because he'll be off my meal ticket. So,
Look, this is so funny when you think about your kids going
Yeah.
off and stuff. The comedian Leanne Morgan, I don't know if you
Oh,
know
yeah.
y'all. Okay, she is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And she says, my daughter, she's talking about how mean her daughter was, but she was wonderful to everybody else. But when she'd get home, she would just everybody walked on eggshells.
Snap
She
at her.
said, I think God just makes them as mean as they can. She said, just so, when they go off, that you don't feel so bad. She said, that's God's way.
that's right. That's right.
But let me warn you, you do miss your kids when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next advice I can tell you is they're never off the meal ticket. Let me just tell you.
Well, maybe a little bit. Our daughter is 20. She's at Mississippi State and probably going to graduate maybe this summer. And so we miss her, but and we love her when she comes back. But it's when she heads back to Starkville, it's not a bad sign either. Just to let them go and grow up.
They got to.
and then figure life out a little bit. But we the meal ticket part, he'll be eating on somebody's meal for a little while. I get that we'll be supplementing because he eats about 8 meals a day.
That's a lot of more to feel, isn't it?
That's a lot. He's long and lanky, so a lot of food goes down.
I will say that I've learned to hate Venmo.
Oh,
Mama,
transfer.
can you Venmo me?
Oh,
Can
man.
you just Venmo me this? Yeah.
But
It's a good, convenient thing, but they can Venmo you to death.
that's right.
So
Well, ours is just transfer from one account to the other, and
Yeah.
it just does get old. It definitely gets old.
Now, as folks have been watching us, again, if they want to find out something about the bank where you work that would be helpful, how do they get in touch with y'all? What's the best way to go about this?
There's so many ways. We're so accessible. Obviously, our main line is 601-693-1331. That gets our basically our customer care center that can plug you wherever you need to go and what department. We're very fortunate. Meridian is our home base, so it's our home office. A lot of people don't know, but we were founded downtown Meridian in 1888. And you talk about this day in history.
Yeah.
March 6th will be our 134th birthday. Ooh. So it's really fun to look back at history and time and what has evolved and what this bank means to this community, because we really try to support in every facet we can. But we're also accessible coming in to any of our branches. Downtown is where all of our commercial lenders are. So we really try to make sure we're staffed up to have enough people that can kind of in any direction that might be. And then, of course, we're very accessible on our cell phones with text messages, email, etc. And all that information is on our website at yourcnb.com. And so we try to go out to our customers, Scotty Ray. We pride ourselves. Yeah, we really pride ourselves on getting out, because the days are few and far where people come into our office now, because everybody banks with a cell phone or a person that they can get on a cell phone. So it just makes things easier if we can be accessible to go out and see our customers and our community.
And let me ask this, you brought this up. What was the year that y'all built the bank?
So we were founded in 1888.
Where was the first location in Meridian?
Downtown Meridian. I know where we're at now it's been about 60 years, but I don't know. I think it's somewhere downtown. I'm not sure.
I was just curious if y'all had a picture of the very first building.
We do have a picture. I don't know the exact address. I think it's been torn down since. Since all that, but it's a lot of pride there that some business leaders and farmers in 134 years ago came together and chartered their first bank, and is known now as Citizens National Bank. And it's been a true blessing. I love this bank. I love where I work. My dad was a banker, so it allows me to be a second generation banker. But when you talk about community, I saw where my mom and my dad, Scotty Ray, were big parts of our community, where they served with Sertoma Club, where they really rarely said no to what was a need for our community. My dad was heavily involved with the Wesley House and things of that nature, and so it just kind of branded me from a child to say, well, that's what I want to do when I grow up, is be like my mom and dad.
Role models.
They were great role models.
My older kids played T-ball out there under the Sertoma Club T-ball stuff when they were little.
Some
They're
great
26
times.
and 24 now.
Oh yeah, out at Crestwood. Some great times. My dad did that about 30 years. So you talk about the involvement in sports and different things. I think that's why it's been branded in me, Scotty Ray.
Bill made a comment a while ago that said that his daughter is growing up too. She's 36 now and can get her own Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
great.
that.
By DoorDash, right?
Yeah. A girl that I worked with yesterday, her daughter's become a nurse, and she said she's making like $30-something an hour wherever she's at. And she said she actually called me and wanted me to buy her a garbage can and something else for her apartment. She said, I told her go buy her own garbage can.
And buy me one too. Right?
I know, yeah.
That's what parents are supposed to do, I guess. Right. There. Let's take a minute and talk about our friends that are just up the street from here. As we go down, North Hill Street, you'll find them at Honeysuckles. Maybe you need a little happy today for someone.
That's right.
Maybe it's a birthday. Maybe it's a wedding anniversary that you may have forgotten.
That's right. Any occasion. And it doesn't even have to be an occasion. If you want to send somebody flowers just to say, have a good day and I love you, they're there for you.
Yeah, if you're realizing that, a couple weeks ago was Valentine's Day, you still get that sent.
Yeah.
Weddings and a whole lot more. They do so much for you there. You can't miss the little truck that's parked out front with Honeysuckles marked on it, where there's a sympathy thing that you need to send, just a reminder that, you respect somebody for what they were, and send condolences to the family. Little gifts there all throughout the store. You'll find it. Again, easy to find. Isn't that beautiful?
They have some beautiful stuff in there. And even orchids. They are so pretty. I love orchids. They had a variety of different kinds you could choose from. Yeah. So go check them out.
Honeysuckles. You'll find them on North Hill Street at 2626 or call them at 601-453-3055. Mother's Day is not that far off. Don't forget your mom there. That's all on the way at Honeysuckles.
Don't hesitate. Call me. I am Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings. Fresh blueberries, $2.99 a pint. Fresh tomatoes, a 4-pack, $1.99. Cuties or Halos, a 3-pound bag, $5.99. Assorted Hormel chili, 15-ounce, $1.99. Kraft mac and cheese, 7.25-ounce, 4 for $5. And certified Angus beef T-bone steak, $9.99 a pound.
We're down home. down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Always a great deal going on out at the Piggly Wiggly. And y'all were telling me there's a big event today.
Yes, if you're hungry, you can go downtown. They're having the big pancake jubilee.
Yeah, I think it's the 75th anniversary. Wow. For the Optimist Club, who is a big supporter of our Friends of Youth. Okay, that's their motto. And so they support so many programs. In fact, Candace, we talk about the T-ball program that Sertoma Club used to have. Sertoma Club, when we kind of turn the lights off of Sertoma Club here locally, we pass that on to the Optimist Club, and they have taken it to another level. And so that they're big supportive of trying to promote just healthy living with our youth.
Yeah.
Golf, they do a big golf program.
Yeah.
But, you talk about inflation, right? Inflation's gone through the roof. Well, their pancakes, $5, I believe. So they have not gone up on their prices, and you can go in, dine in. Lunch is a great meal. You can, of course, breakfast, and then of course dinner. I think they're there to 7:00 tonight at the Temple Theater Ballroom, and so you could go there and you can have a great meal for a great purpose. So it's really a good one to support.
Now, where's the location at?
It's in the ballroom at the Temple Theater.
As it always has been.
You're right. That's right. So we've got some of our employees are members of the Optimist Club. They've been there since 5:30 this morning, working hard, and of course they're serving our community. We have an order at the bank that is. I hope I have my hot pancakes waiting on me when I get to my office. So definitely a great one to support because they are helping our youth.
Now, what exactly does the Optimist Club do? Are they the ones who go to the schools and what exactly do they do?
They probably do go out to the schools. I know they support so many programs. They are a big sponsor of Top Soccer and Camp Hoops also. So they are always giving and supporting just different organizations. But their motto again is Friends of Youth, and they really try to plug and help our young citizens, with the development, whether it's sports, whether it's just helping a nonprofit program that they can just be involved in. But I love their. They have this really good program in the summertime with golf, and golf as an etiquette sport is something that we all love to play, but you learn to be honest playing golf because it's easy to cheat, but you get called out. People learn that you're not an honest person, but golf teaches you how to be an honest person, how to hold yourself accountable, and of course learn a great game too. And they're really big about trying to help our community with that.
I think that's a great thing. Anybody that can support the youth, and especially in this day and time, our youth need as much positive support as they can get. And from what I can remember about the Pancake Jubilee, can't you eat there or take it out with you? So you can take some back for everybody at work.
I suggest taking you some wet wipes because
that's right.
I get syrup all over me every single time I eat it.
Yeah, you got you got the little paper on. You get it on your arms. You get it all over yourself.
Stick it to everything.
I know where you've been.
That's right.
The Pancake Jubilee.
But you can, and in fact, when you eat there, you can go back for seconds too. So it's not a bad deal to go there and sit down. And not only that, you get to see so many people from our great community also. It's really fun.
Y'all go down and support that today, and it's going on through 5 or 6 o'clock today.
I think 7. 7 o'clock. So I actually texted my mom and dad this morning asking them if they wanted a plate for dinner tonight. So I'm planning on bringing them some hot cakes and sausage.
I love breakfast for dinner.
I did too.
I didn't even think about that, but you could do that.
Yeah.
That might be our dinner, Kurt.
And your husband's hearing it now, and that means you got to go get it.
Yeah. Well, I'll be in town. I can pick it up. So.
Make the husband do a little bit there. Now, we can't thank you enough for coming in this morning and sharing with us some of the things that y'all do.
Well, thank you for having us. I love what you do. It's always great to just get on Facebook in the mornings when we're all getting ready and just learn about not only the weather, but obviously what's going on in our community. And I love that you're highlighting a lot of the positive things that are going on. We can always dwell on the negatives because there's so many.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're highlighting a lot of the positive things, and that's what we need to hear more of. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and thank y'all for being a sponsor of the show. We can't make this happen without y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Well, it's been a great partnership. We love what y'all do, and just love the setup and everything that you have in here too.
As the morning goes, it's just about time we'll be on top of all the weather for you today and break in with any should the weather turn bad. As we take a quick look at radar before we go off this morning, we're still showing that all the weather is to the north of us. We hope it stays there too and doesn't come to visit more often. We're coming up on the top of the hour. We'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday edition.
Right, 8 a.m. sharp. So be here with us and have a good day.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by